very honored to be with you, Bernhard Wenger, with the director of a Peacock area at the Glasgow Film Festival. And my first question is, how did you have Matthias in mind for the first time, and how this project, came about when you decided to put it into a story that we have seen?
Well, it all came together with the idea of doing something about rent-a-friend agencies. I discovered them in 2014 when I read an article in the New Yorker. They do really exist in Japan, so they exist for over 2 decades. People can rent friends, family members, partners, whatever they don't have in life, they can rent.
Yeah.
Because of the big isolation and loneliness in society there. And apart from that, people started to rent somebody for various reasons like better self-presentation, manipulation, hiding lies, showing off power. And these are actually the reasons why these agencies would work in our Western societies as well. So I went to Japan in 2018 to do research, and I met the man working at an agency who told me that because of his odd job, being someone else every day, he's got the problem that he doesn't really know how to be himself anymore.
Oh.
And that's what inspired me to build this story about Matthias in a satirical way based on this tragic plot.
Yeah. I maybe had made like a link that is, a little bit wider, because when I saw your movie, I thought about Luigi Pirandello. It is an Italian novelist that has written a play, like a novel, that says that people have like different ideas on who we are. Mm-hmm. So we are one known and 100 people for them.
Mm-hmm.
And
interesting.
Yeah, so this makes me think a lot about Matthias, and I really felt, empathetic with him. Also because, yes, it's right what you said, like about the loneliness and the fact that we have to adapt in every field of our life, in work and even in private life. And I would like to ask you about also the symbolism of the peacock, because it's very interesting. I mean, you were saying something we try to give the best presentation ourselves, but sometimes we feel like this can be some kind of emptiness belonging there.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you how you blend this particular aspect, and actually why did you decide to call Peacock?
I will quickly pick up on what you said, because we are all playing roles every day, and I think in some kind of sense that's totally okay to be a different person at work and at home with the family.
Yeah.
But as soon as you're different in this group of friends and in the other group of friends, just to be liked by everybody, then it's becoming a problem. And that's what it's all about. It's a kind of a metaphor for social media, where we all present ourselves in the best light, and where we all, have a great life, where we are not allowed to fail anymore. And this is what this is about. Rent-a-Friend is just, all this, what social media is, but in real life. And coming to the title, Peacock is, the peacock is a majestic animal that likes to show off his feathers, and many male birds do that, and some of them have a beautiful singing voice. The peacock doesn't. He even has a terrible cry. Some of them like to fly and fly wonderful and in great manner, but the peacock doesn't do that either. So all the peacock can do is, show off. And that's something I thought that's a nice metaphor for Matthias.
Yeah. And actually, I also really like how you craft every relationship that Matthias has, because you see also his kind of difficulty that he has to find himself after being for a long time someone else for work. And specifically with the scene when he asked to pretend to be the hero in the scene when he wants to get back with his girlfriend. So and also I did love like the fact that the girlfriend like had catch this big hound, and when he chooses the dog, he has this little one that is very, you know, cute and sweet. So also that made me reflect about another aspect, that is even these, can we say that it's difficult for men to show their like not that like feminine part, because I don't feel like it's feminine part, but their sensitive part, like sweetness, and also, you know, be open up with friends, because there are a lot of bugs with the partner of works that is, you know, something that is becoming not so familiar on the screen, like, you know, seeing two men arguing because they want to you know, console each other and make the other person feel better. So what do you think about that?
Well, first of all, Matthias, it's not that he has no feelings, it's just that, you know, all his emotions are many layers underneath. It's not that he has lost his ability to feel because of his job, it's just that he, you know, doesn't know how to get to them anymore. And about masculinity in the film, you know, the gender stereotypes is a man has to be a hero, a man has to be very, very masculine. And Matthias plays the hero, and that's exactly what society expects from him. So he does that in his job, and when he comes home, he brings his girlfriend flowers. So all these things that seem to be right in society. But still, what she wants is to have somebody who's real, somebody who's reacting to her, somebody who makes his own decisions, and somebody who's able to cry and show emotions, because that's what life is about. And you know, Matthias has this beautiful relationship with his best friend David, who is working together with. So it's totally natural that they hug, and there is some brotherly love between them. And on the other side, he's not able to cry because, you know, his emotions are hidden on the other side, on the one side, and on the other side, our societies still have this problem that men are taught as children not to cry, to be masculine, to be strong, and that's wrong. So this film is, you know, breaking with these gender stereotypes, and I think younger people nowadays are going in the right direction, that men also need to show feelings, and men also need to, you know, talk about their feelings. And on the other side, right now in our society, if we look, you know, at all these how do you call it, the streams that going into the other direction again, when we look on social media where men are saying men have to be men and stuff like this.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, unfortunately it was going in the right direction, and then there is a big stream against it again. So we'll see where it will go, but in this film I wanted to, you know, break with these things a bit.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, actually. And what do you think audiences can, you know, grab from the story of Matthias? Or what do you hope they grab?
Well, I mean, it's a bit a mirror to our society. I think it's what I love is to make people laugh on the one side, and on the other side to make them think about our society and ourselves. So including myself, you know, many of these scenes you can laugh about and then think, oh wait, that's myself as well. I'm doing these stupid things too. And that's what it's all about, I think, in a satire, when you kind of detect yourself in there, and it makes you think, yeah, maybe I shouldn't be like that all the time, or maybe I should also laugh about myself and should take myself not too serious. I mean, if we look at the world right now, things are going horrible. And still, I love to look at tragic topics and serious social topics with humor, because I think we need to stay optimistic and we need to stay positive, especially in times like these.
Yeah, totally, totally. And I would like to ask you like one last question that is more like, trying to have a little sum up of everything we have talked about. Um, for me, Matthias, it's also like some kind of example or how, people try to be, helping other people, but they end up also making mistakes with them. Like, I'm thinking about the story of Vera, that she was so convinced that she wants to learn to argue, but like in the end, what she wanted is to get, a little bit freedom from this assertive man. And that little story made me reflect also, because at the end we have the husband that was suffering really, because maybe like he is of an older generation, he has like schematic thought about how he has to be, but in reality he cares very much about his relationship with Vera. So like I want you to give a little comment on that particular story that we see.
Well, I mean, there is this small moment where Matthias and Johann have this confrontation, and Matthias says, because Johann gets angry, and Matthias says, well, that's exactly why she doesn't want to be with you.
Yeah.
And in that moment, we see that he realizes a bit that there's some truth behind that. And then again, Matthias walks away and he gets angry again, so he falls back into his old patterns. And that's something this film is also often talking about, falling back in old patterns. Matthias, who is trying to find himself and trying to find new ways, and then falling back into the old pattern, as you said before, with the scene with Sophia where he's playing the hero.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think many things in this film about masculinity, about our society's standards, are about old patterns, are about things we are used to do from a society, maybe not because they come from ourselves, but because we were learned to do them that way, and like I said, children that already hear from their parents to be masculine or something like this. And it's about being true to yourself, I think. So it's never about fitting in a society. It's about being yourself and being real.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bernhard. It was amazing talking to you. And for me, Peacock was very, very nice to see, very interesting. So thank you so much, and all the best for this film.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being with us.